Hello, my lovelies. Writing Jack Fox here. I'm gonna continue what if Deku was in a Piggy apocalypse. This will be either part 3 or part 4, I can't remember. And I know this might sound a little weird, but I'm gonna just get to it. So where I left off is when Deku gets infected, but Deku is fighting the infection by doing more things to slow the infection down. Basically, if you were like poison and you move around a lot, it will slow the poison down because it needs you to, like a specific poison, you have to be like standing still or like not moving at all for it could take effect. But if you're like moving around, it will like, I have to stop saying like, it would like stop, it would stop moving for a while until you stop moving. So it will continue being that until you either are dead or you just like lay down or stop moving for like 2 or 5 hours. Okay, so someone actually suggested a ship for this one, and it's what Deku X Toga ship. Great, the Deku X Toga shippers are gonna be here in a second now. And I actually do like the ship because, like, in their cases, they both have someone they did care about. But in this case, Toga's family forced her to pretend she's not who she is. But Deku's family is genuine kindness, but mainly from his mom, while his dad is a neglectful father figure. So, where we left off is when Deku is like sick, he's sweating, getting more ill, and when I mean by him dropping his weapons, I mean like he's getting more sick each time because he's like slowing down. The illness has to make you slow down if you're moving around. So if Deku slows down or like stops at all, the infection could take over his body and control his brain. In this case, the infection really goes after the brain and the heart first, corrupting them and making them go all wild. The brain makes you think of anything you want. For the infected, it makes them think of what they need or what they want. So let's take Inko for example. She's an infected person, and the thing that she was thinking through her mind while she was infected was that she's not strong enough, and she's sorry for Deku that she might not be there for him when he becomes a hero. And let's go to another family member of the UA Class 1A students, Ochako's dad. He's apologizing to his wife and daughter for not being there when they needed him the most. So that's the case. In this case, Deku does people start noticing that Deku does go out of the UA building, but mainly the school, not out the perimeter where the infected lays. So, like, Deku does sneak out during the day, but they all think, like, he's going hunting to get food. But no, he's just, like, fighting off the infection by working out or doing gymnastic stuff, like doing flips, barrels, jumping through buildings. In this case, he's jumping through rock to rock. You know where they fight Mirio? That's the place where Deku goes to fight off this infection. And he does notice that Eri is a little girl who is shy and scared from everyone, including other children and other adults. So Deku asks All For One if he could take care of Eri if he goes out for a mission. All Overhaul, not All For One. Why am I keeping saying that? Overhaul does do not trust Deku because he's a hero, and he says, "We do not want to bother you, heroes," as Deku grabs onto Eri's head, giving her a small pat on the head
telling her that she is fine and she is safe here. Azari does get a glimmer of hope, because Deku is the first person that did show her kindness in the canon anime, and I'm gonna do that again in this what if. Deku does show her more kindness, she does get a little bit more outspoken, she does talk to more people, more children her age. And yeah, Deku and the League of Villains do get along because of what they have experienced and what Deku has experienced. Deku has experienced how to grow up, not naturally. In this case, let's take someone's example. Not saying who, but mainly part of the family I'm a part of. This family member has grown up too quickly in this case because their family has either abandoned them or left them. Well, not part of my family, like someone in the anime. I'm just putting myself into Deku's shoes. And this family member has to go grow up quicker, so Deku lost his mom during the infection, and he knows he's infected. And he doesn't know where his dad is, so he's by himself and he has to grow up now or never. Because if he doesn't grow up, he cannot help a lot of people. And he does train one for all. And Deku and Toga do get along more and more well. They do talk more, as well as Shigaraki, Dabi, and other League of Villain members. I think I said twice was out there, and Kurigiri. They all get along. Toga sees Deku more as a love interest. Shigaraki and Dabi sees Deku more like a little brother. Kurigiri sees him more like a son. And in this case, Deku does say he's gonna go out for food. And the teachers do have to keep an eye on the League of Villains as well as Overhaul, because Sir Night-Eye is there as well. And they do see Deku talking to the League of Villains as well as Overhaul. And they are worried that he might be going to the dark side because of the loss and grief that he's going through. So they do pull them aside and tell them to back off with Deku. And they said they're doing nothing to him. He's coming up to them by himself. And they literally have to tell the League of Villains off as well as Overhaul. And they do get the urge to kill them, but no, if they do that, Deku will never forgive them. And yes, Deku has proven himself to Overhaul to take care of Eri, and Deku is the leader of scouting groups to look for more survivors. And Deku does say this out loud, like he's saying, okay, part A and part B, part A goes to the south, part B goes to the north, E goes east, and west, you go west. Do I make myself clear? And Deku does talk stern, and he's very tough now because of the loss and grief. He has decided to grow up, and it's not natural for someone that type of age to grow up that quickly. And yes, it's kind of normal if you are put into a bad situation in your eyes, but into other people's eyes, that is not normal at all. And yeah, I'm just rambling right now. So Deku does see Toga as a love interest as well, and he does take her out to a cherry tree and does ask her out as well. And remember, these UA teachers and students do keep an eye on the League of Villains, so Uraraka was tasked on keeping an eye on Toga. Okay, where I left off is when... Sorry if you hear background noises, it's my two little siblings, they're being annoying. Okay, so where I left off is where Uraraka was assigned to Toga, Bakugo was assigned to Shigaraki, Todoroki was assigned to Dabi, and the list goes on, but mainly to other classes, mainly the top 3 that are more reliable than the others, because the others are not used to the League of Villains and their goons. And So Uraraka does find Deku confessing his love to Toga, and she fears that Toga might have like something on Deku, enforcing him to do this, or might have like a love quirk instead of what she thinks is a blood manipulation. So she does report this to like the higher ups, mainly the teachers and the other people who are supposed to keep an eye on the League of Villains and overhaul. And they do fear that if Toga continues doing something to Deku, they fear that Deku might turn evil and betray everyone. They know his quirk is strong, but how Deku works with the infected substance that is infecting the other innocent people is basically very weird. So, yeah, sorry if you hear that. I'm trying to keep them quiet. Can you guys like shut up? Okay, Okay, I'm gonna actually tell you guys how the infected actually work, mainly on their senses. Okay, so like all their senses are previously like normal, but when the affected substance get into their body, they are like so heightened that it's kind of superhuman. But since Deku's quirk is literally an enhancement quirk, which made him superhuman, it turned him into like a super god, which is his hearing is on top notch, very good. His speed and strength, and sight and smell, as well as his taste. Don't ask me why I said taste. Basically, Deku needs to track people, so he uses his senses to do so. But he hates looking at the infected because it reminds him of when his mother died, so he usually wears a blindfold made out of a fabric that used to belong to a family member of his before passing away, mainly his grandma. Yeah, this will be like part 3, maybe.